Hello everybody, we're back with another home tour at Symphony Suites. Today we're going to be showing you a 3-bedroom premium unit, 915 square feet, that includes a good size enclosable kitchen, utility, yard, WC. All rooms can fit queen size bed and also a living room that is really spacious. Sounds impossible? Let's go take a look. So welcome to the unit. This is a 3-bedroom premium unit at 915 square feet. Let's take a look at the living room area first. As you can see, this living room area is really spacious. Okay, most of the 3-bedrooms you see in the market, the wall-to-wall distance is from here to maybe here, right? Which is not bad, but wouldn't you rather a wall distance from here all the way to there? Right, so far you can't even see on the camera, it's right over there. But this space, how they have done it right here is they have added a dining table here, alright, because more than enough space to fit dining table, sofa, and then the TV console as well. But if you really want to redesign this space because of how spacious it is, you can actually do it in whatever way you want. Some of the units we have seen in Symphony Suites, they've actually moved the dining table into that room to create an actual dining room. What you can do is then shift this sofa all the way back, maybe put a projector here, create a movie experience. If you want, you can put sofa beanbags here as well. You can let your creativity run wild. So let me explain why this layout is so efficient. Remember that I mentioned that this layout has 3 bedrooms that can fit a queen size bed. You have a fully enclosable, good size kitchen with utility, WC, yard, and a spacious living room. How is that all possible within 915 square feet? One of the reasons is because you can see there is no balcony, right? So the balcony itself may be about 150 to 200 square feet, which, to be honest, you maybe spend less than 5% of your time there. Now, if they have shifted all that space into the unit itself, it becomes 100% usable space. You can put it inside the rooms, you can put it inside the living room and the kitchen as well. The next reason is because this layout is a dumbbell layout. Now, what do I mean by dumbbell layout? You can see that there are 2 rooms here, separated with a living room in the middle and then another room on the other side. Now, why is this efficient? It's because it reduces the amount of corridor space, which I will explain a little bit later on. But before I go and take a look at this common bedroom, let's take a look at the kitchen. What a good sized kitchen, right? There's more than enough space to do your food prep here. Alright, the kitchen sink is deep and wide for your washing and whatever. You can see there's this glass window here to allow you to watch the TV when you're doing your food prep. You can even watch your kids while they are playing. And to my right here, you can see they have already installed a cooker hood, hob, and oven also. Cabinetries here are also soft closing, you can see, even down to the drawers at the bottom. But behind me is where I mentioned there is a yard area for your washer dryer, there is a utility at the back, and also a WC for you. So not very common with a 915 square feet kind of layout, but this unit has it all. Now the first common bedroom, if you want to fit a queen size bed here, definitely possible. But do take note, because this is the smallest room out of all 3 rooms, the width is a little bit shorter, which means that if you were to fit a queen size bed here, the end of the bed may not have much walking distance. But if you want to convert this into a study room like they did, or a home office like they did, it's definitely possible and very ideal for this layout. Why? Because as I mentioned earlier on, this is a dumbbell layout, which means this room is actually separated from the other 2 rooms. Now, if you think about the current work from home kind of norm nowadays, this is actually very ideal because you separate your work area from your rest area. So let's go and take a look at the other rooms. Now, before we get into the second bedroom, let me explain a little bit on why this layout is so efficient. Now, if you see this layout versus other 3-bedroom layouts, most 3-bedroom layouts will have all rooms on the same side, which means that their corridor will be very long. But as explained, this layout is a dumbbell layout with one room on the other side separated from these two rooms, which means the distance between the living room area and the master bedroom area is only one room difference now, which means that this corridor is shorter and more efficient in terms of its floor planning. Now let's go into the common bedroom. Now this room will be the difference between an 893 square feet and a 915 square feet layout. If you remember the last home tour we did for 893 square feet, the two common bedrooms are of similar size, but for the 915 square feet, this bedroom 2 is actually bigger in size than the first common room that we saw. Okay, here, as usual, you have your floor to ceiling height glass windows with vinyl flooring, and because it's a bigger room size, you can fit a queen size bed with a side table. Okay, but of course right now they're using it as their kids room, so you see a single size bed, which means that there's a lot more space to put their toys and whatever they have inside the room. And lastly, we have the master bedroom area. Now before we go into the room, to my right here is the master bathroom. As you can see, it's very well maintained and also has a window for ventilation. Now walking into the room, you can see that the room is very spacious. Okay, why? Because number one, the wardrobe is efficiently tucked towards the back of the room so that it doesn't eat up this extra space. It frees up this space for you to put things like a cupboard, dressing table. You can put a few cots here if you want as well, and still have enough room to put a queen size bed. Now if you want to increase this into a king size bed, very possible also. You can still have side tables as well. And to my left, you can see, as for all rooms, you have a full height glass window, right? Floor to ceiling, and also vinyl flooring. Now that's it for the home tour here. Let's take a look at the facilities. There's an array of facilities in Symphony Suites. You have your function room, above that is the gym, and the gym is actually overlooking a 50 meters lap pool, right? Other than the 50 meters lap pool here, there are also other pools here. For example, the children's play pool, the jacuzzi pool, and also the island lounges, which are kind of special because they are actually sunken lounges below the water level. Right, there's also a tennis court, inside which there's a half basketball court as well. And also, if you're looking for barbecue pits, there's also a barbecue pit here and a teppanyaki grill here as well. So if you're looking for fitness corners and children's playground, they're actually scattered around the condo. So if you want to use a fitness corner, you can definitely find one. So let's talk about public transport first. Now, Symphony Suites is about 15 minutes walk away from Yishun MRT station, which is also about 3 to 4 bus stops away. Now, if you find that that's a little bit further, I have good news for you. For people who drive, you are actually from Symphony Suites about 20 to 30 minutes away from town, depending on what time of the day you're driving. So it's actually a very short drive to town, even shorter than if you were to drive from Yishun Central, which is where North Point City is. Now, if you're looking for amenities and malls, there's Junction 9, which is just a few minutes walk away. They have Sheng Siong supermarket there. You also have Wisteria Mall, which is just a few minutes drive away, where they have NTUC Fair Price Finest. And of course, the biggest one in the Yishun area is North Point City. You have all kinds of shops, all kinds of supermarkets in there, and you can settle all your food, dining, and also shopping needs right at North Point City. Symphony Suites is just beside a park connector, which links all the way to Yishun Park. And also through that park connector, you can actually get to SAFRA as well. So if you want recreational activities, you can actually settle everything at SAFRA Yishun and also Yishun Park. And also if you want to find somewhere with really good food, we recommend going to Yishun Park Hawker Centre, which is just beside Yishun Park as well. For primary schools in the area, you have quite a few choices. Northview Primary School, Xishan Primary School, Huamin Primary School, and of course, in the north side, one of the most popular primary schools is Chongfu Primary School. These are all within 1 kilometer away of Symphony Suites. Hope you liked the home tour today. If you are interested for viewing, give us a call, drop us a DM, and we'll arrange a viewing for you immediately. This is Louis from Lookprop, and I'll see you in the next home tour. Bye!